Yo, hey, what's going on, people? I was just watching this video from IGN about Baldur's Gate 3 is causing developers to panic. And I seen this tweet, and it just reminds me, it kind of triggered me at first because, like, me being a creative person myself, I work in the creative industry to where things are going to come out that's better than the last thing. You're going to be in an industry full of artists that are at different skill levels, different skill sets, to where you kind of have to compete with the market, and it's just a thing of loving what you do so that you don't get deterred from, knowing that you're down here from somebody who's up here. It kind of makes me excited, actually, when I run into somebody who's way up here in the art field, because it allows me to continuously work and push myself because I know I can grow to get there. That's the exciting journey for me. And for any artist and person who do creation that's in the industry or in the field of people who do exactly what you do, but there's different skill sets involved. If you are a type of person who gets deterred or a lack of motivation, or you feel like, hey guys, don't look at that person who's excellent at what he does and try to expect me to do the same thing, because I'm not going to do that. You need to be fired, and you're not in love with what you do. There's no passion to you. You're not a real artist. And I've been saying this for a long time, especially with this AI art shit that actually happened. This shit actually pissed me off so much because it's like, these are people who are in the industry and who are trying to take your money. That's the thing. If you were doing it for free, if you were creating stuff on the side and you're just doing it for fun, you know what I'm saying? Like, you go to the local park, you just do pictures and stuff like that. And then you got this dude who's a high level artist who just comes through and wants to do a mural right next to you, and he created something beautiful. He's not going to get any type of... Nobody really cares if he's like, well, you can't expect me to do that. They'll just laugh and be like, hey, it's funny and shit like that. But if the person who was drawing shitty was making money off of doing those murals, and a guy who was way better than him comes right next to him and does a mural that blows him out the water, and he says, you can't expect me to do that because I'm just not going to try that hard, and I'm not that good to actually reach that level. So you're just going to have to take my shit and stop crying. Sorry, don't look at him as my standard. I'm just being honest with you guys. This shit is ridiculous, but I kind of want you guys to hear this because I have to give kudos to IGN, and I've been giving IGN a lot of shit. But IGN, on this one, I don't know what happened. I guess they woke up and chose violence today, but they woke up and decided to tell the truth. I'm surprised. With mainstream medias nowadays, that's rare. So I have to give credit where credit is due. Let me let you guys hear a couple things right quick.
Game developers want you to know that this is rockstar level nonsense for scope, that it's foolhardy to set expectations higher, and Baldur's Gate 3 should not be used as a raised standard to RPGs going forward.
Fucking sad.
I was the first response to defend the current state of AAA gaming, as opposed to saying, hey, maybe we can learn a thing or two from Baldur's Gate 3 and make our game better for our customers.
That's how we think when we're creating art in the art field. That's how I think, and the people I associate with myself think. If I see somebody, right, I'm on Instagram, right, and I post art on Instagram, I have a connection, a conglomerate of artists that's around me, right? Different skill sets, different years of doing stuff, different styles or whatever, right? Man, there's people who can blow me out the fucking water on Instagram like it ain't nothing. And I'm literally looking at them. I'm not getting deterred. I'm not getting offended. I'm not telling people who follow me, hey, yo, don't expect me to get there or to do that, my next. No, every single time I look at how good they are, I get inspired. It's like a fire get lit right underneath me. Like, boy, let's go. If he can do it, I know I can do it if I work hard at it and stuff like that. I want to create the best possible product for the people who are buying my shit. That's not a person who has a passion and who gives a shit about customers.
This all kicked off way back on July 8th, a lifetime ago by internet standards, I know, when a writer and BAFTA nominee, Xavier Nelson, took to Twitter to express concerns about Baldur's Gate 3. Namely, that fans would use Baldur's Gate 3 to apply criticism or a raised standard to RPGs going forward.
Fucking sad. And you know what's funny though? So what? When the Souls genre came out, right? Let me use a genre that I'm very familiar with and that I love to death. I don't know nothing about Baldur's Gate. And to tell you the truth, I watched a couple gameplay videos of it. It's not my type of game. I don't like the click point to go places, that type of RPGs in 2023. That's just not the type of person I am. I like 3D action games to where I can move around in the 3D space and do 3D shit. That's me. I'm a modern gamer. But the Souls genre did the same thing, especially when Elden Ring came out. When Elden Ring came out, holy shit, they was getting flack. There were so many haters talking about how bad the game design is, the fact that it doesn't have a map, it doesn't abide by the same 1, 2, 3 standards that Ubisoft has, that all these other open world game studios have compared to Elden Ring. And that's their first open world game and they blew them out the water. They were embarrassed. And the thing is, they're so used to these industry level standards to where it's so bare bones and it doesn't innovate over time because it will take too much work and too much money to get them to innovate like how Elden Ring does in their studios. They were complaining and trying to find all these nitpicks because it did not fit what they like to do. Because when Elden Ring came out, people started looking at other games like they weren't shit. Let me hear more. I'm not about to play the whole thing.
Why shouldn't customers have raised standards? Taking it a step further, why shouldn't some AAA developers raise their own standards? Are we really going to pretend that consumers shouldn't be a little upset right now and hoping for an improvement in the industry going forward? Rockstar just announced a $50 remake, conversion
of
the
hell
original
no.
Red Dead Redemption for the PlayStation 4 and Switch that has no mention of a 4K update, no mention of 60 FPS, and no mention of multiplayer support. The game came out 13 years ago, and the Xbox port does everything they're offering, and then some for free with your 360 copy. Go buy...
It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, this is fucking ridiculous because, like, for me, I take this field extremely seriously because I only associate myself with like-minded artists that are like me, who love what they do. They don't care about getting paid. They don't care about whether people see it. They just love doing it for the sport, and it's like an insider competition to where every time I see something that's amazing in my field, I want to strive to get to that next point to hopefully get there myself. And I've been doing this ever since I started. I love this field. I love art, and I love it unapologetically, and especially if people are blessing me enough to buy my stuff. You think that I'm going to want to stay down here? No, I'm going to elevate so you can get the best possible product possible, especially since my name's on it. I take my name with pride. So if you get a product from me, it's going to be high quality. I'm not going to want to have my name on something that's a piece of shit, that's bare minimum or anything. That shows me that they don't care. Anybody who creates stuff and they have a passion for what they do, they all think like this. It's not even nothing that's a bit, that's foreign. But kudos to IGN. I just want to give them a round of applause for real because they did that thing. I did not expect that. I know why the industry is doing what they're doing. It's just frustrating to see this because I hate when suits take over my field, the art field. That's why I don't agree with, there should be a lot more indie studios. I don't like AAA big budget studios because they all fuck up. They all care about one thing, and that's the machine and money. That's it. Once it gets to that certain point of being that big, EA, Bungie, fucking Microsoft in general, Microsoft Studios, all these other big studios that are literally bare bones, push out the same stuff. We're like a corporate gaming studio that only is focused on the suits and what they want, the money, and that's it. That's the type of shit that makes it sad. I don't think the artists should get involved with this stuff. We should get together with a bunch of like-minded people who think how we do, who still have that passion and strive to get better, to grow and shit like that. You need to make your own studios because the industry is not exciting anymore if it's being ran by people like this, who's saying shit like this. That's sad. Anybody who thinks like that needs to be fired. Period. And I believe there's a lot more people too who work at these studios that think exactly like that, and it's fucking crazy. But you know what? That's how they make their money. So this is never going to change. We could talk about it, but I can't give IGN a big major platform with 17.5 million subscribers saying this shit about the gaming studios, and they are like the media. They're the mainstream media for gaming. It's crazy. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I just want to go on a rant right quick, but yeah, peace out. That's it.